Leave it there. I'm going to hit go live now.
I'm in a sweet spot. I'm feeling good. The sun is shining. I knew it would. The world's a playground. I'm in the clouds. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Just check it out. I'm gonna light it up. Yeah, I'm gonna light it up. Let me show you what it's all about. Check it out. I'm on the big stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, esports enthusiasts from around the globe, welcome back to another adrenaline-fueled round of Dad's Go Sim Racing. I'm your host Ryan, and today we're diving headfirst into the 5th round of Suzuka Season 11 at the iconic Suzuka Circuit. But there's a twist, we've got rain. GT3 racing at Suzuka is already a challenge, but in the slippery conditions, reduced visibility from spray, you've got yourself a recipe for some heart-pounding action. Let's quickly go through the grid and see our lineup for today. In P1 we've got Rich Gasson, P2 Paul Sadlowski, P3 Cormac Quinn,
20 seconds.
P4 Daz Menzies, P5 Nathan Edwards, P6 Marek Dvorak, P7 Steve Richardson, P8 Eddie Wilkins, our lead silver driver, P9 Lee Hems. Let's get ready for the race. Looks like we've got someone missing from the grid though. Someone must have qualified but not turned up tonight. Suzuka is renowned for its demanding layout, with unique combination of high-speed straights, technical corners and unforgiving elevation changes. With the rain pouring down, drivers will need nerves of steel to navigate these treacherous conditions. This is where they negotiate their way through the chicane, heading down towards the main straight at the start line. Currently, Paul Sadlowski leads the overall and gold classes. He is 7 points clear of Eddie Wilkins, who leads the silver class, but only 7 points behind in the overall standings. We are approaching the start now of this 90-minute race today. Conditions are dry at the moment, no rain at the moment, but the track is damp, so it's a tricky setup for them. I think we're going to see a lot of action in the pits. Paul Sadlowski seemed to be ahead of Rich Gasson going. He got an excellent start. Certainly not ideal for Rich Gasson. He didn't seem to be on the right position of his start grid at all. And Paul Sadlowski has moved straight into the lead. A little bit of loss of traction coming out of there in that Audi, but it's a good clean start overall, I think. Can't see any yellow flags. Back a bit further through the grid. Stephen Kroll having a look. Up the inside of Steve Richardson, but he's negotiated his way through there. It seems to be a very clean start, with the understanding that we have got 90 minutes of racing in damp conditions today. We'll try to take it steady first lap. Oh, a little tap there from Goncalves on Van Brabant, but no harm done by the looks of things. Marek Dvorak and Nathan Edwards battling it out side by side. That's not a great place to be going off track. I think oh, that was lucky. Dvorak did well to hold on to that. Nathan Edwards, I don't know whether he was trying to let him back through, but he had lost traction and deflected into Dvorak, and luckily Dvorak was the one who managed to stay clear of it. Let's see what's going on back here. Nathan Edwards is it's a dicey rejoin. And he has dropped all the way down into P17. Still not up to speed, so he might lose another position going through 130R. I know Deckers thinks about it, but backs off, which is probably sensible. Nathan Edwards looks at the inside. He's got to be patient after that bad first start. He doesn't want to make it worse. So we've already seen some key action areas on the circuit today. Turn 1, as we're approaching now, the iconic hairpin, double turning and braking zone before turning into the S curves. These are going to be particularly difficult in the wet. You have to be very patient through them. Perfect balance between speed and control to maintain the momentum through this technical section, especially in these conditions. And they are heading up to the Degners now. Let's move further up the field. Where you can see Steve Richardson chasing. Oh, who's that who's gone wide? Stephen Crowell has run wide there. Lost a place. Let's go on board with Paul Sadlowski for a full lap. Here he comes down, approaching the first turn, an imaginative name for the first turn of the lap. Tight right-hander, dropping down a couple of gears. Be patient, use all the exit, but be careful in these conditions, of course. Track is developed from damp into greasy now. Extra cautious through the S's, and you still can't get on the gas too quickly coming up through the Dunlop curve. You've got to be patient before accelerating away. Then you approach the first of the Degners, Degner 1 and then Degner 2, take you up towards the bridge. Up towards turn 10, which leads you up to the hairpin, the tight left hand hairpin, turn 11. Then you have this long sweeping right hander, turn 12, leading up to turn 13, spoon curve, which is another corner which requires a lot of patience. Accelerate too fast out of the second part of the curve before you go on to a long straight, which will lead you to the famous 130R. Now you might be able to take this out close to flat out normally, but I suspect in the rain there's going to be some lift off here. Yeah, and a shift down, but fairly close to flat out before bringing you up to the Casio triangle. Don't hit that Astro, and then onto the last curve, which is called the last curve, taking you down back to the start finish straight. Super great, super fast lap there, getting up to speed 2:05. He is a full 3 seconds ahead, 4 seconds ahead of P2 Rich Gasson at the moment. Rich Gasson now just coming through the Casio triangle and down through turn 1, sorry. The Nissan in its native environment here in Suzuka, with its Godzilla livery today. fairly quiet at the moment. Just moving back down through the field. We've got plenty of close action, but no one making any moves right now. Yellow flag, Lewis Simpkin off track. See what happened there. Looks like he just over a bit of snap oversteer on the exit and a tap on the wall. That's not going to help at all. Some early penalties as well. Roman Fralla 5-second penalty, Nathan Edwards 10-second penalty for that incident we saw earlier. Don speak English. Looks like he's already been into the pits perhaps. Yeah, we've had a few who've gone for a very early pit stop. Maybe putting on the slick tyres, I suspect, hoping to be in a good position as this track begins to dry out. It's now changed. It's actually now changed to a green track, so the moisture is out, so I suspect we are going to see some pit stops for those who are on wet tyres at the moment. Kirk here is attacking Eddie Wilkins. Glenn, I think, is having his first race with us after his trip to Bahrain. So he's been a regular with us for a while, but missed the first part of the season. So I'm not sure we've seen much of this colourful livery. It's been attacked by a paintbrush by looks things. Someone's just chucked paint all over the car. It's a bit of vandalism. But it looks fairly well planted, and it is certainly all over the back of Eddie Wilkins. I wonder, who have we got who is on slick tyres already? Who is on wet? No one's coming into pits apart from those who started on wets and swapped over to slicks, I think. I would imagine that the drivers out there at the moment are all on the dry tyres and just negotiated those first 15 minutes or so on the slicks. Haven't got that information available to us as to what tyre they're on. Teammates perhaps just swapping places, or yeah, it looks like there's a tactical decision there from Goncalves to let Barros through. Team orders. Glenkirk still all over the back of Eddie Wilkins, but unable to make a move. Now he has a look at the inside, but Eddie Wilkins gets a better drive out the corner with that wider line. Oh dear, Glenn. They've done well to. Eddie's done very well to hold that. I think that needs to. Music. Yeah, well done, Eddie. Good work. Let's move back. We can see Thomas Pichon attacking Lee Hems around the outside. He holds back this time. This looks like a Fraller train at the moment, although to be fair, it doesn't look like he's holding it up. He's half a second up. Now, Glenn Kirk's battle with Eddie Wilkins has invited Tim Street into the party, so it's now turned from a bit of one-on-one action to a bit of freeway action. And they seem to be coupling onto the back of Roman Fraller as well. No, Roman Fraller seems to be coupling onto the back of him, should I say, sorry. So we now have an Eddie Wilkins train. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars, all within a couple of seconds of each other. All aboard the Wilkins train. Oh dear, the train is derailed. Let's go back and see what's happened there. It's just a dangerous place to put the nose up the inside. He had a bit of an overlap, but it's dangerous. You know, sometimes you just got to back out. And now we've got more drama. Thomas Pichon going around the outside of 130. I just don't think he could turn in there, could he? He's done well to hold it, but he's lost himself position. So our train has derailed. It was nice whilst it lasted, but we've still got some battles going on. We've got Lee Hems and Powell Joswick just following Roman Fraller at the moment, but battling between themselves as well. Oh, we've got more offs. What's happened to David Lolak? With his teammate, it looks. Oh, he's just clipped the grass, gone wide, and taken a trip on the sand. So he's in quite a bit of action in the last few seconds. And we rejoin it with a cluster of cars still. This midfield pack. From Fraller down in P8 all the way down to Van Brabant in P18. 10 cars all separated by less than 7 or 8 seconds between them. It's difficult to know where to look at the moment. Menno Deckers and Glenn Kirk on a bit of a recovery drive after that earlier incident. Approaching 130R. It's a great view of the cars going through that high speed corner. Matt Gale is making a move on Nathan Edwards, and he's gone past him fairly easy. I think probably had a better drive out of the corner. Let's have a look. Yeah, it looks like Nathan Edwards left a sitting duck after a poor exit on that corner. Menno Deckers and Glenn Kirk also battling it out, and just missed the end of that. Yeah, Glenn Kirk going up the inside, nice clean overtake, and Menno Deckers to hold off Dieter van Brabant, P18. Thomas Pichon, he is on the move again, trying to attack Pavel Joswick. Oh, both went a little bit wide, but no issues there. Lee Hems up the road, stalking Roman Fraller. Gale can see in his rear view mirror at the moment. He can see a queue of cars. You know, Matt Gale likes to be in the action. Oh, he can also see Glenn Kirk sticking into a wall, which is not ideal. Just lost traction out of there and snap oversteer into the wall. Odogato, Mr. Roboto, I think is what they say, isn't it? Now, what have we got going on? Yeah, that's Glenn Kirk. A long way down. In fact, I think he has called it a night. Now, Matt Gale's defensive prowess is known throughout the community, so let's see his action as he plants his car in the most awkward places at all the corners to make him very difficult to pass, which is, you know, what you're meant to do when you're defending. He does it superbly well. I'm just going to go and check and see how Roman Fraller is getting on. He has Lee Hems behind him, but he has had a good exit from that corner, so he's going to pull out. You're seeing there, he has just pulled out 3 temps from that one section leading up to the Degmas from a good exit. Just shows how important the exits are over corner entries as much as anything. Matt Gale is still being swarmed over by Nathan Edwards. Takes a defensive inside line, stays ahead and gets a clean exit. Excellent car positioning. Thomas Pichon and Pavel Joswick at it again, coming out of Spoon, heading down towards 130R. What excitement are we going to see this time? Are we going to get a move? He's got a slight run, but I think he's going to hold back this time. Now, Joswick has run wide there. Will that give Pichon encouragement going into the chicane? No, it won't. The exit the Casio triangle onto last curve. And that's a very nice exit from Lee Hems. Pavel Joswick, who gains himself a good few temps of relief coming down the main straight. further up the road towards the podium places, we have a battle from Darren Menzies attacking Rich Gasson for second place. So we're going to enjoy this for a little bit because we haven't seen the best of Darren Menzies this season. He's had a sort of incident packed, which not always his fault, but he's certainly been unlucky, but he will be enjoying being attacking the podium spots right now, seeing if he can make a move on Rich Gasson, who didn't have a great exit though. You saw a little bit of a slip from the back of that Nissan, looks a little bit slippery. It's got a lot of power though coming down these long straights. The Nissan does have a 1 km/h higher top speed through the speed trap here, which is nothing compared to the Mercedes of David Lolek, which has clocked in at 266 km/h. That's a full 5 km/h faster than Daz Menzies, 4 faster than Rich Gasson. So the Mercedes definitely has the grunt, because Harold Joswick in the other Mercedes has also clocked in 265. If you compare to the Ferrari, which is only clocking in, well, the max is 260, but there's 257s and 258s, so that sort of 8 km/h difference can be huge. Rear end again from the Nissan. Now Nathan Edwards is in the pits. He's going to have a 10-second penalty to serve for his indiscretions on the first lap. First lap? Yes, it was the first lap. Pulling away. It's definitely a bit more of a handful through more technical corners. But look at that exit. Now the big old Nissan looks like a tiny old Nissan up ahead. A bit of a handful though through these slower speed corners. Sideways action there, not quite Tokyo Drift standard, but definitely Tokyo native. So it looks like Daz Menzies has been in and come out of the pits now. Just narrowly avoiding. This has Alex Goncalves. No, that's not Alex Goncalves. Who's that in the green? Carlos Barros? No. I think that's a lapped car, that is. Yeah, Portimao. So Daz Menzies has done his pit early. Nice clean pit stop. And he has got about 7 seconds of clear track ahead of him now. For him to try and perhaps get the undercut on Rich Gasson. It's an early pit, means he's going to have an hour of driving time now on these tyres. Doesn't look like we're going to see any more rain at the moment. Forecast. It's fairly clear. So, that is the first of our leaders pitted. Now I've just seen he's picked up a stop go 30. That is bad news. That's presumably his speeding in the pit lane. That is pretty much going to spell the end of his hopes for a podium, I would say. That's going to drop him massively. How he's going to handle that, I don't know. Whether he's going to just get it done quickly, or whether he's just going to wait and hope he can get involved in incidents later on. I don't know. That's just an absolute killer, that is. Gutting.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Dieter van der Brandt again engaging with Matt Gale. But as with so many drivers, unable to find a way past. Let's go up to our midfield battle with Thomas Pichon, Paul Joswick, Tim Streeton. There seems to be a regular clutch of drivers who seem to have all the fun each race. They always seem to be very evenly matched in the midfield. It must be great to have that racing week in, week out. Great fun. Don't forget to get in touch with us if you're watching the stream today and you have any comments you'd like to make, whether it's on the stream or the quality of the drivers, or you just like to take the piss out of someone a bit. Feel free to get in touch. It's a long race for a man on his own. I'm hoping someone might crash and join me at some point. Not that I want anyone to crash here, but you know, just keep me company in my lonely commentary box. Let's see what is going on here. We have David Lolek and Eddie Wilkins trading places. Looks like we just missed that move. That is down at T1, I think. Yeah, T1. Lolek presumably getting a better exit and doing the move on the straight. Daz Menzies doing the long, painful wait in the pits, serving his stop go 30. I can only imagine in the Discord chat right now, there's all sorts of swearing going on. 40 Mole having some issues. 3VS's just clipping the turf a little bit on the exit and unable to get off. Eesh, nasty that is. Kept it out the wall. Stephen Crow, yellow flag, facing the wrong way, that's never good. That's in the second deg now, what happened there? Just too much. Yeah, just a bit too feisty going through that. Can Dieter van Brabant make the move on Matt Gale coming down to turn 1? He looks like he's pulled out the slipstream a little bit early and he's lost the momentum. That Audi does seem to be quick in a straight line. Yeah, he carries a 3 km/h advantage in the Audi over McLaren, so he's staying in that slipstream as long as possible and sniffing the arse of that McLaren. Audi, sorry. Sniff a German arse, not a British arse. Sorry, all a bit saltburn, right? No. Back into our midfield train, still led by Lee Hems. Are these lot just content to follow each other around, or is there going to be a move made? One in striking distance right now. Pichon a little bit deep into the Casio triangle, but it's going to cost him on the exit. Tim Streeton not really close enough to take advantage of that. Here we go, Paul Joswick in that powerful Mercedes. He's got the speed over the Ferrari, but just not close enough to be able to make a move into turn 1. Oh god, it's getting really close through the S's there. They all can packed up concertina, but no incidents. Very patiently done. It's just not a place to be making a move unless you've really got yourself alongside already. Again, the car's having to lift. Oh, and that's Lee Hems running out wide onto the grass and has dropped himself down 5 places just like that. What a nightmare. He just got on the Dunlop curve, I think, with a little bit too much gusto. Ran wide, hit the grass, and he has to lift, which lets everyone else through. Nightmare. So, from the head of a train to the back of a train for him. Roman Fraller takes over the driving of the train, lead carriage. Ferrari, Thomas Pichon trying to attack the Mercedes powered Joswick. I don't think that Ferrari's got the grunt on the straight to get through. Mercedes just too powerful, even with the slipstream advantage that Ferrari had. Now, let's go and see how our leader Paul Sadlowski is getting on. He is 15 seconds ahead of P2 Rich Gasson. You can see him here in his robot state. He is just churning out fast lap after fast lap. Yeah, he's just a machine around here. Not even the curse of a commentator can help the rest of the field from his merciless march towards victory, I think. The dry track playing to his advantage. Yeah, we're on a fast track now, so I suspect we're going to see these times dip below 2 minutes by the time the race finishes, once fuel loads lighten up. A drive-through penalty for Lewis Simkin. Sure what that was for. Maybe the track cuts. A minor infraction from the stewards. Maybe they think that he's done something wrong. Back to the midfield pack. Battle. Lee Hems has. Oh no, Tim Streeton has come into the pits. That's why he has dropped down. Going to put on himself on a fresh set of tyres, no doubt, and enough fuel for the next 45 minutes, which is going to be about, I'd guess, about 80-90 litres. The old Dieter van Brabant Matt Gale battle continues, with Carlos Barros joining the party. Matt Gale refusing to let anyone pass, like the Black Knight in Monty Python. None shall pass. What? None shall pass. Let's hope we don't have any incidents which result in him losing an arm or a leg. Oh, Dieter van Brabant losing some grip, even if it wasn't a leg. That lets Carlos Barros through. Maybe Dieter van Brabant just deciding that Carlos Barros can have a go at overtaking Matt Gale because he has gotten fed up of trying. Let's see how Carlos does. He has half a second to make up before he can start trying to strike. We will rejoin this battle later on, no doubt. Alright, let's see how some of the other field are getting on, because we can just assume that this is going to continue the whole race, this midfield pack, battling it out. As exciting as it is, I feel like some of the other drivers need a bit of coverage. Oh, although, having said that, there is a Roman Fralla running wide, and he's going to be having that Mercedes all over him. Down the straight, super fast Mercedes against the not so fast. He goes around the outside. He is off the track a little bit, and the Ferrari holds it up the inside. Let's just see that again. Oh, I've gone too far back. No, that's not what you want. Oh well. I'm sure it was excellent. We saw it ourselves. You don't need a replay of that. It was unable to get the move done. Mercedes just too quick going through there, too quick. And has given Roman Fralla actually a bit of a chance to get away from the pack. He's now almost a second up from Paul Joswick, who again faces Thomas Pichon, Lee Hems and Dawid Lorek joining the party. Right, I did promise you some other people racing. I'm not sure they're racing, but they're certainly driving. Rich Gasson in the Nissan, cruising round on his own. A thoroughly enjoyable but somewhat boring drive in the Suzuka. Cormac Quinn in third place. He's probably got that sewn up, barring incidents after that Daz Menzies stop-go penalty. Now, going into the pits, Steve Richardson, and clearing out the pitboard marker. I'm sure there was nothing cynical about that move there from Steve, potentially making it harder for his opposition to see where the pit line is. I'm sure there's no foul play there, is there, Steve? We'll maybe have to check that one later. That allows Marek Dvorak to move up into 4th place. Now, having spent all race looking at Roman Fralla and his train, he's moved up into 5th with these pit stops. Eddie Wilkins and David Lolek have come into the pits. Carlos Barros has also come into the pits. Apparently yellow flagged in doing so, I'm not sure why. It's ACC things. Alex Goncalves, he finds himself a little bit isolated. He's also going to come into pits. Looks like I've chosen the wrong time to go through the field because everyone is just coming into the pits now. Tim Streeton isn't yet in the pits, even if he's going to come into the pits. Let's see if I can find a driver who's going to stay out for a bit longer. We know, I was going to say Eddie Wilkins is one who likes to stay out a bit longer, but he's not today. He's in the pits. Tim Streeton is staying out, and he is going to gain himself a few positions as he passes all these people in the pits. But he's not going to come out behind anyone, he's going to stay and clear air. Menno Deckers, he's driving a good race. Has he done his pit? He's done his pit. He's driving a nice solid race. P15. And obviously he's going to make up some places, probably 4 or 5 places from those cars in front of him who haven't yet pitted. So Nathan Edwards, who had a bit of a incident-packed first lap, trying to work on a recovery drive. He is in P16, having done his pit. Again, he'll gain some places. Let's have a look. So, Paul Sadlowski is just come out of the pits. Missed him coming into the pits, which means Rich Gasson is our leader. Marek Dvorak and Cormac Quinn both in the pits. Cormac Quinn did have a lead over Marek Dvorak, so he is away first. He will come out in a technical second place until Rich Gasson pits. But he comes out behind Steve Richardson, who is yet to pit. No, hang on, Steve Richardson has pitted. He pitted early, yeah. And, a stop-go penalty for Cormac Quinn, presumably for speeding in the pit lane. So, did that happen because he couldn't see the 50-mile-an-hour marker, the pit entry marker, which was somewhat... Well, let's call it an accident. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt that pit marker got nudged over by I think it was Steve Richardson, wasn't it? That's crafty, isn't it? He's come out in front of him and he's nudged him down with a 30-second penalty, and he's gone off as well. Oh, those tyres, fresh tyres, getting flat spotted straight away. Not great. Cold tyres, presumably. So, we have only a handful of cars left to pit. Rich Gasson, who maybe he's trying to just go as long as he can on this stint maintaining a solid pace. He's been doing 2:01.8. That's a pretty good time on 24 lap old tyres. If he can maintain that sort of pace, he might hope to close the gap up a little bit on Paul Sadlowski, but I think perhaps Paul had a big 14-second lead, didn't he? I don't think he's going to be able to claw that back with an overcut. And once Paul gets those tyres up to temperature, it's going to be difficult for him to claw back. And Rich is also approaching some traffic now, so he's not going to want to get held up by that, so I wouldn't be surprised if he comes into the pits, especially with those incidents going on ahead of him. Is he going to pits? Not this time. Not this time. Sadlowski is looking to retake Lee Hems in third place. Lee Hems yet to pit, so although this is a on-track battle, Paul Sadlowski is a long way ahead because Lee Hems has yet to pit. So will Lee Hems come into pits soon? I don't know. Thomas Pichon is also ahead. Again, this is what Rich Gasson wants. He wants Paul to be getting stuck behind these cars that haven't yet pitted, who are going slower than him. Whether any of them will battle Paul or just let him through because he's technically ahead of them, or whether they'll have a choice in the matter. Thomas Pichon pits, which just means that Paul flies through, is up into second place, 52 seconds behind Rich, and your pit stop time is going to be about 1:05, 1:06, which honestly means he's going to come out about 14-15 seconds ahead in all likelihood. Oh yeah, here we go, back with Dieter Van Brabant trying to overtake Matt Gale. I wonder if either of them have considered pitting. You know, that might be my tactic if I was Dieter right now. Just pit and hope you can undertake or undercut Matt Gale in the pit stops. It's not a tactic he's chosen yet, though. We are well over halfway through the race. Purple lap at the moment is held by Paul Sadlowski, unsurprisingly, 2:01.55. That is less than a tenth ahead of Steve Richardson's fastest lap, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that fastest lap time drop further with these new tyres and when these fuel loads drop a bit further and the cars become lighter. Still no way past. Dieter, do yourself a favour, get in the pits. Well, unless Matt Gale goes in the pits. If Matt Gale goes in the pits first, don't go in the pits, because that's just silly. Unless you really enjoy following each other around. Oh, what happened there? No, just ran a little bit wide. Okay, thought you'd lost him for a minute. Eddie Wilkins is having a battle with David Lolek. Now, these two have got a bit of a history. Okay. Hopefully we'll keep it all clean. Mr. Gasson up ahead there, serenely going about his business. We'll be hoping to stay out of trouble. He is trying to get past Thomas Pichon there by the looks of things. Thomas Pichon, who has now pitted, so he is a lap down on the leader here, blue flagging. For it to get close enough to make a move. Matt Gale has gone into the pits. Dieter Van Brabant, well done, you didn't go into the pits and follow him in, good work. Let's see if you can put in a couple of fast laps and get in front of Matt Gale in pit strategy. Gasson, our current leader, he is still not pitting. He thought about it. I think he thought about it, whether he decided against it or whether he just got a bit of oversteer, and the car decided it may want to go and get some fuel and fresh tyres for him. A bit too much AI built into this car. Paul Joswick has some issues. What's happened here? He has... Good work, pal. Well done. I've been wanting to use that music appropriately. Well done. Oh, I've got Stephen Kroll knocking at the door. Can I find him on here? Someone wants to keep me company, isn't that nice? So this is the main battle we've got going on at the moment. Rich Gasson is continuing. He's clocking 2016s, but Paul Sadlowski is just hammering in 2-minute flats now. 2:00.4. So this is a bold tactic from Rich. I don't know whether he's perhaps not planning on taking tyres, but that's only going to save him 5 seconds. And it's going to make this last half hour a lot of hard work. It looks like it's becoming a bit of a handful, that Nissan. Oh, we got some excitement. Oh. Eddie Wilkins, Roman Farallo, Lee Hem's teammates. We don't want any instance teammates. Oh, there's definitely no team orders there. Just Roman Farallo sent it up the inside. Made the move, aggressive, but you know, seemed legit. We didn't see the beginning to it.
Somebody just completely fucking sends it.
Dieter van Brabant. Now, this is the moment of truth. He is coming into the pits. We're not going to watch him for 30 seconds. Nah, let's go back here. But I will be keeping an eye on his car to see if he can come out ahead of Matt Gale. Matt Gale, where are you? 418. It's coming up to 130R. Has he had some issues? No, I don't think he has. He's being pursued by Cormac Quinn, who's run wide there. Now, this is the moment of truth. Dieter, are you moving? You are moving. Matt Gale is coming down the main straight. Oh my god, it's going to be exciting. It looks like he's got him. He's done him in the pits. Done him comfortably in the pits. 4 seconds. That's going to give him time to get up to speed and get his tyres up to temperature. Well played, chapeau. Excellent tactics to just play the patient game, hammer out a couple of fast laps with a light fuel load and get ahead. Now what can you go and do from here? So Cormac Quinn, he now has the joy of trying to get past Matt Gale. He just places his car so well, makes it so awkward to pass him. Cormac is a wily character, but he's being pushed out wide. That is definitely some aggressive defence. Oh, what a send! He's run wide though. He's not going to be able to complete that move, having run off the circuit, so he lets Matt Gale back through. Wow, some effort that was.
Somebody just completely fucking sends it.
That was definitely worthy. Definitely worthy. Good effort, Cormac, but not to be this time. He's going to have another look going up to the Casio triangle. He is all over the back of Matt Gale and that Audi. He's going to have a great exit. He's not in a fast car, but he's right behind him. He's pulled out a bit early, maybe. That's what she said. Yeah, he's just not. The Ferrari just hasn't got the straight line speed. That was a 20-50 pence moment there for Cormac. Let's get close up and personal with this action, please. Battle of the day, I think, at the moment. Cormac is all over the rear end. He's gonna. Oh, Cormac, a bit too aggressive. Luckily, no harm done. Lee Hems, what has happened to you, sir? Oh, just got on it a bit fast. Bit heavy on the right foot brake. It was just a tail end of that Cormac incident with Matt Gale. No harm done. Battle continues. He's going to continue showing himself a lot in that mirror. Just needs to pick his moment though. He's perhaps being a bit too over-eager. Again, he got very, very close, but doesn't compromise his corner at all. But that little jump coming over the curb wouldn't have helped. He needs to stay in the slipstream because that Ferrari is just not quick enough to pass on the straight. Gonna have to do it in the corners. Oh my lord, what are you doing, Cormac? You're through. Let's see. Was that legit? Oh, maybe a bit of netcode. I don't think there was any actual contact. Possible a bit of netcode, or maybe just Matt Gale lost it under the pressure that Cormac was applying. He's through. I think it was clean. Let the stewards decide. So this is Nathan Edwards and Menno Deckers. check in on some of our other drivers. Forty Mole in the Ferrari. He's a few laps down. He's had a rough race today. Alex Goncalves in the McLaren, completing another lap. That is his 31st lap. Daz Menzies, who was, as we saw, was battling for podium places earlier. He is languishing down in 17th, not gone as he hoped. Not sure what else has happened to him, it's got him so far down. Although, having looked at how close and compressed the midfield is, a second pit stop with 30 seconds stop go, which is going to cost him over a minute. Yeah, I suppose that explains why he's down where he is. His current pace is going to see him catching a certain Matt Gale, I suspect. So that could be fun for him. Let's hope that stays clean. Here is the star of the show. He's running down in 16th, but he's been involved in some great battles. Yeah, I'm sure he would have enjoyed today's racing, if nothing else. Eddie Wilkins has a 5-second penalty. I very much doubt he's going to serve that. He's probably just going to take it at the end. So David Lolek, who is 4.5 seconds down, he is going to want to stay in touch to gain that position at the end of the race. Not that they're in the same class, but they are in the same, you know, from a team standings point of view. Menno Decker's having some issues. Let's see what's happened. He's taking a look up the inside of Dieter van Brabant, I think that was. Didn't go to plan. Cormac Quinn, yeah, again a victim of the stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He is another, like Daz Menzies, who was having a great race which has been ruined by the fastidiousness of our stewards insisting on protecting the safety of the virtual pit crew, pit lane staff. You know, someone think of the digital families, I guess. Someone think of the digital children. Protecting the pit lane staff, making sure they can go home to their virtual families at the end of the day. That's a right shitter. Dieter van Brabant, having successfully overcut Matt Gale in the pit strategy, is some way behind Lee Hems, who is having a look at Nathan Edwards, seeing if he can make a move. Nathan Edwards has run wide. They're approaching the Casio Triangle, not close enough to have a go, and this is going to be Aston Martin versus McLaren. That Aston Martin is faster than the McLaren in a straight. Let's see if it can pay off. He's in the slipstream. I think he's going to be close enough to have a look going into turn 1. He certainly is, but he brakes early, very respectfully, and we'll have to have a look a bit later on in the lap, maybe down towards 130R if he can hold this position. Definite speed differential between those two cars, so a good 3 or 4 kilometers an hour. Add in the slipstream effect, and they could definitely see a move made on a straight line by that Aston Martin if he can get close enough. Cormac Quinn has made a move on Menno Decker's. Looks like Menno just ran a little bit wide through T1. And Cormac has taken advantage of it. Oh, we have an off. What happened there for Nathan Edwards? I think he's just overcooked it coming out the second Degner. Yeah, and that allows Lee Hems through. Now his next target will be David Lolek. Now this Mercedes of David Lolek is going to be faster in a straight line than the Aston. So I don't think we're going to see any moves done on the straight, but he has gotten, when I say that, he's got an excellent drive out of there. He's going to be all over him. Pulls to the side, but will the Mercedes just have too much power down the straight? They're going to be side by side going into turn one. Will they keep it together? He's done very well there. Nicely held his nerve. David Lolek just overshot a little bit going into that turn. And that allowed Lee Hems through 2 places in 2 laps. Good work, Lee. Well done. Nathan Edwards will be next to having a go at David Lolek, no doubt. Let's move up the field a little bit though in the meantime. Eddie Wilkins in the other Aston Martin. It's a teammate of Lee Hems. They are running 9th and 10th. It's going to be a solid points pickup for both cars. Roman Fraller, who was driving the train earlier on, has lost all his carriages. Probably just relieved to have a bit of quiet now. 16 minutes left. He is hunting down Powell Joswick, but Powell Joswick is 2.5 seconds ahead, and he too is hunting down Thomas Pichon, so we might be back to where we were. Now Lee Hems, having made those 2 overtakes, now has a drive-through penalty, and Daz Menzies also has a drive-through penalty. This is painful stuff. That's going to be track limits around here. There's obviously a number of corners you can run wide on, and if you do not lift you will get a track cut, and over a 90-minute race that is going to stack up eventually. Dieter van Brandt running wide through Spoon. Cormac Quinn making another place up, making some progress, but he's now 8 seconds behind the next car at the road, Nathan Edwards. But with the drive-throughs for Lee Hems, there's definitely he's definitely going to drop probably 30 seconds or so. If he doesn't take it, I think it's 35 seconds. So I don't know, the sensible thing is to take the penalty, take the drive through and get it done. Nathan Edwards attacking David Lolek, 3VS's. McLaren versus Mercedes. That McLaren is never going to be faster in a straight line, but does seem to be quicker through the corners, especially in the hands of Nathan Edwards. I wonder who else is lurking on 3 track cuts at the moment and is having a very twitchy last 15 minutes of this race. Rich Gasson has set a 1:59.8. He is the first driver in below 2 minutes, and that has got him the fastest lap. I guess he's got those fresher tyres and lighter fuel load. Oh, Nathan Edwards having a trip to the beach. Just don't know what happened there. Whether he got distracted by David Lolek, I don't know, but carried too much speed, I'm not sure. But yeah, Rich Gasson currently has the fastest lap point, bonus point. The Hems serving his drive-through. All that hard work, and now he finds himself behind Matt Gale again. So let's see if we can do it again. Go again. Aston Martin versus Audi down the straight, makes the move. Can he make it stick? Beautifully done, beautifully done. Well done, sir. Passing Matt Gale not once but twice. Good effort. Now where are we? We are 8 minutes from the end. We have got Paul Sadlowski still marching on. We're hitting a lot of traffic right now. Ooh, what's happened? We've lost Paul Sadlowski. What happened there? He's gone. And that puts Rich Gasson in first. Bizarre. Some sort of disconnection, I'm guessing. Oh dear. So our comfortable leader has just bitten the dust, giving Rich Gasson the lead with a 30-second advantage over Steve Richardson in second. Marek Dvorak in third. Bizarre. He has just left the face of the planet. Very unfortunate. Not sure whether he'll try and rejoin. Okay, unfortunate for Paul Sadlowski. That's going to be really frustrating. An hour and 25 minutes into a 90-minute race. So we've seen Cormac Quinn there making a move down towards 130R over Nathan Edwards, who seems to be struggling with that McLaren right now. It's a fidgety one, so Cormac is now going to be looking at David Lolek, see if he can make a move, get himself into P9 and gain a class position as well. Very smooth through the S's in that Ferrari is Cormac. Mercedes a lot more understeery. It has got that straight line grunt. Made the move, he's made it stick, and it's left Lolek open to attack from Nathan Edwards as well. Now Mercedes with its straight line speed is going to be having a look back. Cormac runs very wide there trying to hold the position. And oh, this is getting very tight. Well done to all three for avoiding issues there. Yeah, that was tight. Can Lolek use that top line speed of Mercedes to keep onto the coattails of these two coming down the straight. It doesn't look like it. I think he's really struggling with gripping that Mercedes. Oh, what's happened here? Have we had someone else leave? No, doesn't look like it. Just had a whole bunch of cars shifting up. Race control getting a bit confused maybe. Now, can Roman Freller gain one last position in these last couple of laps? Again, not going to have that straight line speed over the Mercedes. Even with a good exit, the Mercedes is able to power away down the straight past that rather slovenly Ferrari. But maybe through the S's, Ferrari can be more nimble. Eddie Wilkins looks like he is going to take the 5-second penalty at the end of the race, which should be fine for him. He's not going to incur any losses on the track. With a 20-second advantage over Cormac Quinn in P9. Okay, let's follow our leader Rich Gasson as he starts his final lap going through T1 and then through the S's. There's our cameraman, he's found him, here we go, through the S's. Up towards the Dunlop curve for the final time. Ooh, a bit of grass there, but still safe. Through Degner 1, through Degner 2. Nissan looking to take the home victory, albeit with a bit of luck. Up to the hairpin. Towards a spoon curve. Holding it together, nice and steady. He's going to have the bonus point as well for the fastest lap. He also had the fastest qualifying lap as well, so there's another bonus point as well as the class wins. So this is going to be a clean sweep for Rich, albeit a fortuitous one. Up towards 130R for the final time. Towards Casio Triangle. And he takes the final curve of the final lap of this 90-minute endurance race. Great effort from Rich Gasson coming through to take the win. Well done, sir. Well done. Steve Richardson in the Barbie Mobile, yes, the man who took out the pit lane marker, which seems to have caught out a few people. Naming and shaming him here. Through the final curve, he is going to take second place, 3 seconds ahead of Marek Dvorak in third. Tim Streeton, our silver class driver, is going to come in fourth with Thomas. Well, I say he's going to come in fourth. He's only a tenth ahead of Thomas Pichon, which is going to be a fight to the very end for not just fourth and fifth on track, but the class victory as well. Oh, he's touched the grass going through 130R. Thomas Pichon runs very wide. I think that's probably just about safe now, provided he makes no issues of the final curve. Nice and solid. A run to the line. That is fourth and fifth place for Tim Streeton and Thomas Pichon. Followed through by Powell Joswick. Roman Fraller close behind. Eddie Wilkins in 8th place. Cormac Quinn with P9, despite that stop-go 30 penalty. We'll be happy with that. We've had quite a few casualties today. He seems very happy with that. He wanted to drive into the wall. He was so happy with that. And he's going to kill himself. Don't do it, Cormac. It's not worth it. A lovely pirouette there to finish. That was skillfully done. One last time. Nicely done. Nicely done. So let's invite our race winner, Rich Gasson, and our silver winner, Tim Streeton, into the commentary box. Good evening, Rich.
Good evening.
How you doing?
Good.
Fatigued?
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, a somewhat fortuitous win for you, but I think that means you also took the clean sweep with the qualifying lap, qualifying on pole, and the fastest lap as well. So successful race,
which is nice. Yes, yeah. It was a shame that Paul disconnected, but I was catching up quite fast, but I wouldn't have completely caught him up. But yeah, it was good.
Did you start on the slicks? We didn't see. We only had a few cars which came into pits very early.
Yeah, so I started on slicks and with a lot of fuel, like 100 litres or 95 litres, I think, in case it rained, and then that really hurt me in that first stint.
Yeah. So
but second stint was good.
Yeah, I see you were gaining on him steadily in the second stint. That first stint, he was pretty remorseless, wasn't he? He was banging out fast laps pretty quickly.
Yeah, the car was just too heavy and it was too slippery. I just couldn't get the pace out of it, and I was obviously defending from Daz all the time as well.
Yeah, Daz was unlucky with that stop-go penalty. It looked like it was going to be a good race for that. Yeah,
it would have been, yeah. But no good result in the end.
Yeah, well done. Congratulations.
Thank
Tim,
you.
Well done on the silver class win. You were in amongst the midfield train, I think, wasn't it? It was about 5 or 6 cars all joined together, and in the end you kept it nice and clean and came through for a silver class win in 4th place overall. Well done.
Yeah, it was pretty intense, that first stint. It was like probably 6, 7, 8 of us just nose to tail. And I just dived for the early pit stop and tried the undercut again, and it worked.
Yeah, it was
just held Pichon off on the last lap.
Yes, we saw he threw everything at you at 130R and just ran wide, didn't he? So
yeah, I thought I was going to lose it there because I took too much curb on the inside. I thought, oh shit, I've lost it.
Yeah, well done. It was a good win, and I won't keep you too long after that 90-minute race. So congratulations both for you, and enjoy the rest of your evenings.
Cheers, mate, and you.
Yep, cheers, mate. Catch you later.
See ya.
That concludes our coverage for today, everyone. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you for round 6 this time, or 9:30 Tuesday, the 12th of March. So be sure to join us, and look forward to it. Thank you very much.